Hi YouTube, it's Krystal with Krystal Company, and I wanted to come to you with a video today just talking about why I wear wigs. I've been natural for 7 years, and during that time, my first 2 years natural, I just wore my hair just natural, like just out in twist outs and braid outs and everything else, up in puffs or just pulled back or whatever. And after a while, I really just got tired of doing my hair every day because I would have to twist my hair every night to get the same effect and the same look in the morning. I have type 4 hair, so it's very tightly coiled, kinky curly hair, very beautiful hair, but it can be very fragile. And on top of that, my hair is also very fine. So the extra manipulation every night was really starting to take a toll on my hair, and not to mention that it was time consuming, and I was very busy during those times. I was, working full time and doing a lot of dancing, and I just did not have time really to attend to my hair the way I really wanted to. Also, I will have to admit, I'm terrible at protective styling. I am terrible at like cornrowing and flat twisting. Actually, my flat twisting has gotten a little bit better, but like cornrowing and all that stuff, like I am so bad at that stuff. So all of my like attempts at these elaborate, or not even really elaborate, but just attempts at protective styling my hair just never really looked good. Never looked as good as like a lot of the women that I would see on YouTube. And because my hair is very fine, the styles just never looked the same on me. So I was getting kind of frustrated, and I asked a friend of mine to do a sew-in for me, and she had done a sew-in for me before, and I wanted to get a full head sew-in, so I asked her to do that for me, and she's very, very good. Not taking away from her skill or her talent at all. But as she was sewing the hair in, so she cornrowed the hair, and as she was sewing the tracks in, it felt fine, but it started getting tighter and tighter and tighter to when she was almost to the top. I said, I'm in pain. I was in so much pain. I knew that I would not be able to go to sleep that night. I knew it was gonna take a whole bunch of like pain reliever just to like make it through the night. And I thought to myself, this is crazy. Like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I going through all this pain just to look good? My own personal philosophy is I don't believe you should have to go through pain in order to look good. I just don't believe that. I thought, this is horrible. I actually asked the lady who was doing my hair to take my hair out. I felt really bad because she spent hours on it, but I was in so much pain, there was just no way I was gonna be able to be comfortable with that style. I did pay her for her time, but I had her take that weave out of my head. She took it out. But then she suggested to me, Krystal, why don't you go to like the beauty supply store and try some wigs? That way you can kind of find a style that you like. And then when you find a style that you like, we can come back and we can do a sew-in in that wig style that you like. So we actually both went together to her local beauty supply store, and I started trying on some wigs. And the wigs I was trying on were actually very different than these kinds of wigs. They were more like, the kinky curly, loose curl, or like, the 3C curl. I loved it, and I thought it was so pretty. I didn't end up buying any wigs then, but I ended up purchasing some later. So actually, like my first purchase, I don't even know where I bought my wig from. Honestly, to this day, I have no clue, and I can't even remember. I wish I remember like what my first wig was. I think it was like an outre or something, and it was like a straight black style. I think it was like a 1B or 2, and it was super shiny. Because back then they didn't really have the yucky texture wigs that they have now. They weren't popular back then, if they even existed. So I was like, rocking this really shiny black hair. I mean, it looked okay, but it wasn't great. And it was a lace front that had like, the 1 inch or part right here. So, you get that one little inch, and then anyway. But, I was happier doing that. And then from that point on, just starting to experiment with wigs and finding different styles that I liked. And it took me a while to find some styles I really liked. I said to myself, I am never going back to a sew-in ever, okay? I'm never going back to a sew-in ever again. And the reason why is because the styles of the wigs that you can get now is so phenomenal. And I started wearing wigs like 4 years ago. So, you know, the styles are similar, of course, till today, but I mean, the wig companies are getting just better and better and better at what they're offering. And I love how now they're offering like these yaki texture wigs that mimic African American hair, so you don't have to be, you know, stuck wearing some hair that a totally different texture than your own hair. We want to enhance our beauty, right? Not disguise our beauty. So that's something that I really, really love. There's so many varieties of wigs that you can find now. So for me, the reason why I love to wear wigs is that, one, it is almost the perfect protective style, especially for those who are style challenged like myself and can't cornrow to save her life. So wigs are a great rescue for me. Also, I love the versatility. I love being able to take my wig off when I want to, take it back, put it back on. I love that I can switch out my style anytime I want to. I'm not stuck with a style for a predetermined period of time, because when you get that sew-in, you know, that's an expense. I mean, it can be upwards of $100 to $200. And you know, you don't want to have that thing in for a week and then take it out. You want that thing to last because you put a lot of money into it. The thing that I love about the wigs is that they're relatively inexpensive. I mean, this wig costs less than $25. It is a beautiful style. It mimics African American hair. The color is gorgeous. I love the fact that I can play with color and not have to worry about ruining my own hair by coloring it. I'm just very conservative with my hair, so I don't want to do a whole lot of experimenting with it. I want to be as healthy as possible and to maintain the length as much as possible. So for me, lots of coloring and lots of heat and lots of all kinds of manipulation is just not going to help me to maintain length. So wigs do help me with that. Again, the fact that you can interchange the wigs, that you can go from blonde to red to black to crazy colors like blues and greens and purples. I mean, you can do whatever you want to, and it's just so fun. I think the other thing to me about wearing wigs is almost like adult dress up. I mean, in what other circumstances can adults like take on a whole other identity and take on a whole other appearance than by wearing wigs? So I just think it's fun. It's kind of like the fantasy of it. You know, it's just fun to be able to try on different looks and almost like different identities. The other reason why I wear wigs is honestly, it's just the convenience. They are just so convenient. And I don't have to worry about styling my hair in the morning or the night before. I can just throw this on my head and go, and there's really not a whole lot that I have to do. I mean, who doesn't love that? I love that. So there's so many different reasons why people wear wigs. It could be health issues. It could be just the convenience of wearing a wig. It could also be because you are protecting your hair, whether you're natural or relaxed. Or it could be also that you just love styling your hair and coordinate with your outfits. For me, it's a little bit of all the above. I wear wigs primarily because it's a protective style for me. I love the convenience of it as I'm very busy. And I love being able to switch up my style whenever I feel like it. So what are some of the reasons why you wear wigs? Are any of those reasons that I listed, are they reasons why you choose to wear wigs or choose to wear hair extensions? And I was curious to know that. So leave your comments down below. And please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And also please visit my blog. It's crafts.krystalandco.com. See you next video. Bye.